Hello and welcome back to kind of a special episode of Farming Simulator 25. I'm on Riverbend Springs in my original save game. Um, so I'm just going to actually show everyone kind of what I've done with this because I'm trying to wind it down a little bit and shrink everything back down. So let's get a little flight mode. Oh, it was already on. Um, just so we can kind of zip around here. So I started out on the regular start farm here, and I've changed it a good amount. I've been on easy economy with it, as like I said, it was my first adventure into this game, and I forgot what I started with money-wise exactly as far as cash, but I didn't really understand the starting values, so I put $1 million loan. I thought that'd be like I'd have an additional $1 million that I actually, then had to pay back. I didn't realize it was just literally the debt you start with, uh, without the benefit of the money. So that was a challenge to pay back initially. So yeah, most stuff is here. It hasn't changed. I did clear out a bunch of stuff. And took trees down, and I had originally just used the landscaping to get rid of bushes, which is why there's a whole bunch of like bare spots like this. There's actually grass there from me mowing too. Um, and then I got the real mower mod, so I ended up mowing a bunch of stuff just to get rid of all those little scrubby bushes. Kind of blocked up the view, and I cut down just a bunch of other trees to put into the sawmill. I had a small sawmill. I'll show you that where it was, and then all these. Um, this is the leftovers of a what was it, Downy serviceberry. I hate those things. Um, so yeah, let's zip around. I got rid of the old barn, which I'm kind of sad about a little bit because it's kind of classic, but um, it's very awkward to use. So I put this ridiculous giant thing on here. I switched this out to the bale and pallet storage one. There's just a bunch of straw bales in there right now. And let's see. For this area, I combined these three fields. And I got rid of the cow pasture that was here. I pretty much did that right away. And this was a fairly early addition, was putting this up. So I've actually had this here for quite a while. Probably because of the solar panels for the passive income. Another thing I did early over here, which the only remnants of it is this little nugget of messed up grass. I had the small, not the super small one, but I don't know, the medium-sized wind turbine over here. I didn't realize it had support guy wires, and it kind of messed the field up here a little bit. I did fix it, but I went a little bit further out. So I fixed that. Again, I cleared bushes over here and a bunch of trees, and I actually had planted lodgepole pine all along here that I used for sawmill. I used this area. I had a greenhouse out here for a long time. And so there was a little bit of a concrete pad there with that, but I've since removed that. And obviously this whole area is different. If you're familiar with how this looks when you start, there's all trees here. There's a lot more tree density in this area, and yeah, I got rid of all that. This is all that's left as far as trees. Yeah, and somehow the fence got messed up. Because normally there's way more fence than this. The red fence. I don't know how I did it or when it happened, but a bunch of it disappeared. Yeah, over here, I had a sawmill on this side. I'll probably fix these at some point. And I had oil mill, the small ones over here. The $36,000 little like micro productions. I added the silo extension. I've got the discounted, um, whatever this thing is called, multi-fruit buying station, um, and a little repair shop. And yeah, that's actually the original fuel tank that's usually behind the red barn. I just left it there. I think that's it for this. I did take a bunch, like I said, a bunch of other trees down. They all got in the way of this kiosk. So that's all gone. Um, this field is also normally part of the start farm. I haven't really done anything special to this. I did used to actually mow pretty regularly and pick up the grass all around here. Um, let's see. Yeah, there's normally a tree over here and some bushes. That's gone. Actually, you can still see some of the grass left over because that's not on the property anymore. And over here also I had trees planted, lodgepole pine around. I also do have a bunch of beehives scattered all over near the fields for when I have, crops like canola that benefit from it. So I just put hives everywhere. Oh, the other thing with this, um, I did the little project shed that's here when you start the map, and it was not worth it, so I deleted it. It's a pointless shed. You really can't put anything in it. And I added a bunch of beehives instead. I put one of those weather stations. I don't know if it helps. And then, I don't even remember. Oh, I think I put that solar panel there to pretend it's part of the weather station or something. I don't know. Because normally there's a little shed over here with that same type of weather. Oh, solar panel. You do get a little bit of money from it. I think that's it mostly for the starter farm. Because it's just the 3 fields here and then field 2, I think. What else? What else? What else? I guess I'll show some of the equipment that's here while we're here. So, this is a recent upgrade. Fairly recent. I went from the S7 to the X9. I think this is a 45-foot header. I could use the 50, but it's pretty unwieldy to move around. I have the Massey Ferguson, with the fancy self-leveling. Use that for smaller fields. Direct drill, seeder, Mamma Jamma big seeder. Let's see. A corn header for the deer. Spinning around like an idiot. I have 2 of the 8RXs up over here. Bale trailer. That's a bale auto load one as well. The power chain. Vaderstad, is that how you say that? Vaderstad. I don't know. This thing. A problem I actually have when I have the AI cultivate that field from a certain direction. I think if I start on that far end over there, they'll almost finish. They'll get over here somewhere, and they'll drive off into the trees with that cultivator on one of these tractors. I've never seen it happen. Usually I come back and they're stuck in a tree over here, just crashed into it, trying to still drive. I don't know why it does it. Yeah, so. Power tube trailer, the Cavernaland planter, the lime spreader, fertilizer spreader, a Fendt, what is this, 942, Brantner, another trailer. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I use for this area. And then I picked up these fields. I got rid of the shed there. What did I have there? I had a workshop there, the bigger workshop building, the base game one that you can put in. I had that there for a little while, and then I got rid of it for that little, tiny toolkit barrel thing. Cut like all the trees down around here. I cut a bunch of trees in here. I had lodgepole pines planted in here at one point. This was actually an accident that I put the solar panel here. I forgot what I was doing, but I actually clicked and placed it there, and I was like, whatever, it's there now. Um, yeah, so I have these 3 fields. I never bothered combining them. Got rid of all the sheds that were over here, all 3 of them. Again, more beehives. I had thought about doing stuff with some of this area, but I never really did. Smaller production buildings and stuff, but bushes and trees, got rid of them all. And I used to mow all around here all the time as well. I have this field, same thing, cleared out a bunch of bushes and trees. Beehives, and then this one, I did own this for a little while. I recently just sold this off, actually. Um, Cleared a bunch of trees and bushes around this. Pretty much every field I own, I clear bushes and trees out of. So that's kind of the start farm area. So let me go into the map here, and I'll just show you. So that's that. Trying to remember which way I expanded first. I think I went down here. Yeah, I'll just show you the map, and then I'm going to go up over here real quick. But yeah, so this I called the South Farm. I also own these two, 90 and 88. I recently sold those off because I stopped needing them. But yeah, 89 is also the farmland one there. And we'll come down to this farm in a minute. These, again, you can see the beehives, all this over here. None of these other ones I bothered to purchase. And I recently bought this one. And I'll show you in a little bit because I want to put something next to the fire tower at the high point. I think it's probably the high point of the map. Let's see, I owned 81. I had poplar there. At one point, I harvested that, and I wanted it just close to the silo, grain silo west, because I use that for the storage. Because I'd have like 500,000 liters or more of wood chips from the poplar, from the poplar and sawmill. I had a sawmill over here for a little while to make it easy to feed the playground. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, so I've sold that off recently. I currently own the lumber mill, the sawmill down here. I own the oil mill. I did the rope maker and the cooper. I had those going. I used to do cotton harvest down here for the rope maker, and lumber I had on distribute as well for a little bit. So that would, fill up the cooper. And what else took wood that I was doing? I don't even remember, but I was doing the playground. And the playground maker hall actually to make the toys for the money. Let's see. So yeah, the playground's finished. We'll go over there. I did the elevator museum. That was very recent actually that I finished that. I hadn't been doing anything other than using it as a sell point. I wasn't putting any real effort into doing it. I bought this land and I put a cement factory with the what's it called? Debris crusher right next to it, fed by a conveyor. So this actually just before I recorded this video, finished processing all the stones that were left in it. So I have product over there to sell. So yeah, I had the main farm. I called this the South Farm. And the primary thing I did down here was cotton, canola, and sunflowers. To do the rope maker and the oil mill. And I also sent stuff up, cotton up to the spinnery. I did own the spinnery at one point. Then I think I moved up here first to the North Farm. So there's a bunch of stuff up here. This is my grass field. I moved up here and I did Um, I started with water buffalo, and then I added another cow barn for milk cows. Um, where did I have chickens? I had chickens. Oh, South Farm had chickens for a little while. Um, and then I moved them because it was a very awkward place to have them way down there. So I moved them up to here. Um, I'd be like I said, beehives everywhere. And then I just packed in a bunch here. I started selling because I started selling off some of the fields, so I started losing some of my beehives. I still needed the honey production. I put a bunch up here. Let's see. Any other fields I've sold back over here? I don't think so. I've converted these fields over to rice paddies. I did that quite a while ago. Um, so that's been long grain rice. I haven't messed with the regular wet rice on this map. So that's all been long grain rice. I own the grain mill. What else did I buy? Oh, there's a grape processing there. That's almost going to be done. The cereal factory I built there. I own the bakery. And then I have a couple greenhouses. I bought this to put greenhouses on specifically. But yeah, I'll show you that in detail when we actually go back in. Let's see. I still haven't done the wagon builder. That's been a sell point, and that's it. Let's see. Have I sold any of these fields back yet? Don't think I have. I don't think what I have here is what I bought. I don't think I've had any of these and sold them back. I actually did with this one at one point. I bought it harvested and then eventually sold it back, and nothing ever happened with it. It stayed as harvested canola field. So I bought it back and started using it. All these. I did. What did I do on this one? The sugarcane. That was a brutal, brutal thing to do. Sugarcane is tough. I bought 42, which is the other farm here next to the farmer's market, and I got rid of a bunch of the stuff, the um, barn and toys and whatever that was here, and I turned the sunflower maize into a field, into a real field, and I turned this one into a rice field. I own these for a short time, and then I just recently sold them off. I owned this for a short time, recently sold it off. And then this is, I guess, East Farm. This one I did specifically to do stuff for the soybean factory. It's a mod. I'm looking to wind that down and get rid of it as well. And I just put this sheep barn to have goats. So that is the overview. Let's go back to flying around and let's go over kind of this. Yeah, so this field I turned into where I was going to do grapevines here. I put the facility here, the processing plant, in order to do it, but then I started using the, I forget what it's called, fruit greenhouse. I think I actually owned, I did. I had, there's normally a little barn here when you buy the property. I got rid of that. It had a small shed for grass stuff, and I owned this. Did I own that one as well? Maybe I own both of them. I don't remember, but I was doing, a lot of the grass stuff over here. I think I owned them both. And I changed it up to just doing the grass over closer to the other stuff there. Yeah, so my bakery, I'm delivering the flour instead of having it distribute because I'm trying to wind down the soybean factory, and that takes flour, and I don't want it full of flour. So I'm trying to get that to wind down. Cereal factory. I'm winding this down as well. I moved my honey spawn point to right there. Um, once this is done, I don't really need the honey anymore for anything. Um, it's the only production right now that uses it. So yeah, this is obviously different. I put that track in there. Yeah, so 2 greenhouses, tarp greenhouses, the fruit greenhouse, which this thing is a brutal beast to run. And this is they updated it. This is the slow one. It's still crazy. A little overkill, really. But that does, where's it? Fruit greenhouse slow. Grapes, green beans, olives, peas, and spinach. So, it goes through this stuff so quick. It's insane. So, I'll go through this list. So the bakery, the canning factory, the cement factory, cereal, 3 dairies up at the North Farm. Dessert factory is new. This is going to take over where the soybean factory is. These I'll show you up at the North Farm. That's the fruit greenhouse. The grain mill, grapes, we showed you that. These are up at the North Farm. This is the MAP oil mill, the MAP sawmill, soybean factory, and I put a sugar mill behind the farmer's market. So I'll show you that shortly. So that's this area. That's all over here. Where do I want to go next? Let's go over by the store real quick. So, yeah, so rice fields back here. That's pretty much all I've done there. A lot of flour coming out. Once I'm done with the soybean factory, I think I can set that back to distributing. Yeah, I own this. Cut a bunch of trees along there. I think because it's just in the harvested state, after I sell it, I still don't think it's going to go back to being done properly. I might have to buy it and at least cultivate it and then resell it. Map. So let's go over to the playground. So as you can see, that is finished. It was pretty awesome getting that done. And then I was also making a lot of money off the Maker Hall for a while. It is funny about this though, like they have all these ropes going to these poles as if there's supposed to be more stuff over here, or it's like zip lines and whatever, but there's nothing else really over here. So is there supposed to be more to this, or is it just to kind of give it the idea that there's like a ropes course? I don't know. So South Farm, we'll start over here. Oh, there's still 2 lodge poles there that I hadn't pulled down. I cut a bunch of the trees there and just dropped them pretty much right into the sawmill. I did I forgot what it was. It's the fully enclosed one. Yeah, and there's a barn back there that has a collectible, but once I got rid of that because it wouldn't let me sell it with it on there still. So this one's part of the farm property. I put this track in. That wasn't there. I made that kind of a shortcut to stay off the road because I was getting sick of traffic, which I actually have traffic off now because I hate it. This whole track through here, cut some trees in there. Got rid of all the farm buildings except the house. And I put in these silos because at least they kind of look like they should be there. Instead of the new fancy, stainless ones. Yeah, the house and the water point are the only thing that's original, I think. Added fuel. Another one of these. Um, Here we have an S7. I don't remember. Is this a new one? No, this is probably the one of the original ones I'd gotten. I don't know why I started it. Yeah, another shop thing there. And I've got power washers everywhere to keep stuff clean. Power tube. Oh, here's this little trailer. This is the original one from the start farm. Lives down here now. I've gone through a variety of tractors down here. But now, currently, is the Case Magnum and a Massey 9S. Another planter. Different cultivator. This one's pretty good. Fertilizer spreader. And headers for the combine. The 45. And then this is the sunflower only specialty adder. And another multi-fruit buying station. So that's the farm property itself. Yeah, own these fields. Again, I did own this one. That's recently offloaded. This one, cleared out a bunch of trees there. You know, pretty much everywhere. Like I said, I cleared a bunch of trees out. More bees, and you can see evidence that I used to mow here. Never bought this field. I've got this one. I did actually have trees there at one point planted that I've harvested since. Lodge poles. Let's see. I have put a farmer's kiosk. I guess that's the large kiosk here. I'm terrible with the landscaping around it, but I just don't care at that point. There's the tree planter still with lodgepole saplings on it. That's one of the wood autoload trailers. Got the little crappy truck and a bunch of lodgepole to harvest. Where's the harvester? Oh, it's over by the thing. Yeah, so like I said, I did own the rope maker and the Cooper. Where'd it go? The Cooper for a little bit. The other thing is that's funny on this map is this, you can't even get to this without messing about. There's another house and everything here, but it's not, you know, it's like it's closed off. You know, there's a gate there. So it's really weird that this property's like this, but you can't, you know, it's not a house you can use. You can't buy the property. I don't think I ever owned that. Did contract there. All right. Losing my voice here. Oil mill we own. Yeah. A lot of cement products to go. That's where the debris crusher was. And it basically output right there. And I just had the pickup, what's it called? Conveyor. And then one, actually I have the conveyor still. They're up at the North Farm. There's a little bit of rock there still that for some reason the conveyor wouldn't pick up. And it would just dump it right into the input. And then I get my cement products, and they went right over to here. So this is finished. As you can see, I left the doors open. That's all done. Didn't actually take that long because I had that lumber mill, the main lumber mill, going crazy. Because I still had a bunch of lodgepole that I had never used after I finished the playground. Yeah, so this will be going soon. I'll clear that out and Probably sell off the property. Um, I own this for a little bit. Yeah, I still own all this. I haven't really done much with this. I tried getting in with the harvester. I cut a couple trees up and through this beginning part of the trail, but it's very difficult getting in there with it. I could probably do a tractor with the winch and just cut them down and pull them out, but I have also the other ones I planted. Yeah, so this I pretty much cleared out. Again, I cleared all the buildings. And except the house, beehives. Let me drop down. Yeah, this is a new S7 that I bought for this farm. When I deleted the barn, this thing stayed, and it won't go away. So I keep my pressure washer next to it. I put another one of these solar roof sheds on for down here. I've got a Deutz fertilizer spreader, lime spreader, a 8R. This is probably the third or fourth 8R. I had two 8Rs at the main farm a long time ago, and they got replaced with the RXs? Is that what they are? The tracked ones? One of them went down to the south farm for a while, but it had too many hours on it, so I got rid of it. But this is a new one. Another one of the Vaderstad cultivators. Got this horse planter and another big Mamma Jamma Amazon cedar. The JCB Fast Track, that's a fairly recent addition to this. Power tube. And then I have a gas tank and a workshop. Again, the house is the only real remaining thing. What was here? What did they have there? Oh, like a hayloft or something they had. So I got rid of that, put in the silo and the multi-fruit buying station. Oh, I had the lizard subsoiler there. I had that because over here I had plowed a good chunk of this up and made another small field. I've since put it back to original, and now I have the goats there. I still actually have to get them food, although it is 100% just the meadow, so I guess as long as that doesn't run out, it's fine. So this is the dessert factory. It's actually on selling. It was a fairly, well, I don't even know how new it was. I don't remember if this was new or if it's been around. I think it's new. So I want to try it out. It's like, that's totally different for what I've done so far. Here's this. I put a water thing here. That's a mod truck. And big tanker. The international truck to move stuff around. A lot of flour to go in there. Yeah. Let's see, I own these fields. Again, more beehives. I could connect these. I don't really connect. I did the one thing where I connected the three at the main farm, and I haven't done any others. Okay, so that's everything, and I did own these. I got rid of those recently. That's everything over here. I've never done the paper. Haven't done the paper mill thing. That's the east farm. I think that's it, right? We've done all that. So I think we're on to the north farm now. Don't have these. Like I said, I did own the spinnery for a bit to make the fabric for the playground. Since offloaded that, didn't want it anymore. I never owned the BGA. Let's see. This guy. Oh, here's the rice field. So that's pretty substantial. And that's actually, this is the only field on this little segment I don't own. So yeah, these two are original. But then this is where the sunflower maize was. Made it a regular field. Plowed it all up. Yeah, I got a little shed here. There's some sugar cane that's been harvested still in there with some, oh, these are the conveyors that I use for the stones. They're up here now to load trailer or whatever to move the, I've been using this wheel loader to move it, but I said I have the conveyors, I might as well move those on up here. So yeah, chicken coop. All that other stuff that's normally here is gone. Here's the sugar mill. Nice and convenient because, you know, I was harvesting right over there. I think I did, I don't remember if I did 2 fields at one point, but the sugarcane harvest is brutal. So I've actually just been doing sugar beets since. So here's the beet harvester. I've done red beets as well. That's the planter for it. Yeah. So this actually had at one point a pile of red beets in there as well. I did, I think, probably my last harvest of red beets. I may have to do sugar beets again. Because the canning factory I own, and I want to offload this as well. And that's another thing that takes flour. So that's part of that as well. So once this and the cereal factory are gone, I can put flour back on distributing. So it can go to the bakery and the dessert factory. These fields, currently stuff in there. I have to, this was sorghum. I have to cultivate that up. Let's see, what do we have over here equipment-wise? There was nothing else over here, just, oh no, I got a couple things. So this is all North Farm equipment. So I got a Fendt. Was this a 10 something? Let me just come out of flight mode. 1050 with another Vaderstat, a slurry spreader tanker with the Claas Xerion, and the man truck, whatever, a slurry tanker. I was doing custom plates on stuff for quite a while. So that's the poo spreader, and that's the poo tanker. But I've kind of gotten lazy with it. Yeah, I don't know if it showed up if you happen to catch it in any of the other vehicles. Some of them you may catch a license plate with what it said on it. Yeah, here we go. This is New Holland. This is a new setup. If I can stop zipping around like that. So yeah, T8 with, this is a fairly recent mod that came out. This is a direct drill seeder with pretty good capacity. I think it's, how wide is this thing? 8 meters? No. How wide is that thing? I don't remember what it is. What's this thing called? B something that looks French. That guy is 8 meters, but 11 miles per hour, so it's faster moving. So we got that. This is the seeder that I had. This is 12 meters. Solitaire 12. That is a direct drill. This is not. This also doesn't do fertilizer, so. This is my little seed and fertilizer cart to make it easier to feed stuff on this side of this farm, because the rest of the stuff and the multi-fruit buying station for this farm is all the way on the other side. So this farm, I didn't do much to. The original barn's there. There's nothing in it. I got rid of the decorative silo that's there. Added those solar panels recently. That's the trailer that I got for the sugarcane harvest, but it still doesn't work right because the little ramp conveyor on the back of the harvester still hits it. So I just started using one of the power tubes with the extension taken off. There's usually a little barn there. That's the feed mixer. There's usually a barn back here. Got rid of that. Put up that. So I have a whole bunch of passive income stuff. Yeah, fuel tank. Little shop thing. The power washer. 2 power tubes. The seeder, fertilizer spreader. Or the planter, rather. I really like those. They're fast moving and they're, say, 8-9 meter working with is pretty good. Got my water buffalo in here with the Massey 9. I got a bunch of Massey 9S's. And that's up to the 45,000 liter capacity. Running because it auto feeds while it's running. Regular cows. Again, same setup. Feed mixer, 9S, and I'm stuck in there. And this is all, what are these guys called? Holstein? You know, goes Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, and then when I got to the point where I had enough money where I was like, I'm just gonna buy stuff I haven't used before. So I got a Kubota tractor for the tanker for the milk. We've got multiple dairies. Which one is this? Does it tell me which one? This is the Moo Dairy. Well, I put them backwards so they all show up together as dairy and whatever. So this is just regular cow's milk that goes in there. This is combo dairy. This is buffalo milk and regular milk. That was like an overflow one because I had too much milk. I was using part of the field. I started encroaching into it. The original field that was here with some of this stuff, and then eventually I just said forget it. I got rid of it. Now I have my Claas Lexion 8900 with headers parked over here. They kind of get parked different places depending on what I've been doing. More chickens. That's I think that's the first international I bought quite a while ago. Got the what is this guy? Merlot telehandler. Hooked up to the small trailer to continually feed the chickens, even though it's 9,000 liter capacity. I really don't need to be worried about that, but I got this guy with the tanker. I did recently, like in the last couple of days, add the watering mod. That popped out when I was switching from, when I go from distributing to selling or something. And if you're not quick enough, when you go through storing, it pops stuff out. So, water supply. But I added the auto watering thing because I got tired of messing with the tankers of water. It just got annoying. This is the Buffalo Dairy. Yeah, and then we have the dryer and the fermenter. So, the mixer, dryer, and fermenter. The dryer is actually new. They updated the mod of that. So we'll go into those. I go through all this stuff. I went through a bunch of it, right? So the feed dryer, put your grass in over time. It's pretty quick. It's a little cheaty quick, but turns it to hay. The fermenter takes grass or hay, turns it into silage. And they're all deactivated right now because it's full. And the feed mixer takes your hay, silage, and straw and makes total milk ration. So, yeah. Got my hay bales over there to auto feed into it. And what else we got? We got a bucket for the telehandler. And this is bale auto storage, so you just drive the bales in here and they pop in there. So yeah, you can see in the lower right what's in there right now. Plus I have more straw bales down at the original farm. What else do we have going on? Another bale. It's auto load trailer. Lime spreader. What else did I have? Did those? Oh, my mower stuff is all over here. So takes so long to fall out of the air sometimes. Feed forage wagon, and then a 8RX with the, I guess it's the American. I don't remember what version for the tracks, but they're wider apart, and this drives very nicely over windrows. Some of the other wheeled stuff as you're driving along these, you're barely straddling it, it's bumping along. That thing straddles it perfectly. So what do we got? We got some pallets of stuff. We got some silage additive, some bale wrap, and we have our class square baler and our bale cannon wrapper. And way over there, we got the mower. Just the normal Crone Marth's filthy. Yeah, so this is just the grass field. Yeah, so I own this one underneath us. Haven't had the other two. I own, this is the big one. And then this guy. And that's it for the fields. Never mess with a wagon builder, just as a sell point. I think that's it, really. I don't think I've done anything else. Oh yeah, back over here. I only kind of quickly showed this stuff. Down. I got this guy. My dump truck for over here to keep this thing fed with stuff. Another little lizard truck with the water tanker to feed these things. Water point. Oh, all these have these additional tanks. It was helping it share water. I don't know if it really works properly half the time or not, but the multi-fruit and then another tanker. This is for the herbicide to feed the fruit greenhouse. So that is that. That is what I've done to this place. I think the most I've changed stuff was over here, the original farm. With all of the trees I've taken out of here. Combining these fields isn't a big deal, but a lot of trees gone. This looks original, but that's, like I said, that's a storage bale and pallet storage building now. Got rid of the original barn, and I mean everything changed over here quite a bit with between the trees and the fence. For whatever reason, the fence disappearing. I still don't understand how I did that, but that's that. Don't think there's anything else to show you really. Oh yeah, here I got the Volvo truck with one of the low loader flatbeds. I think that's it. I wonder if they're ever going to do anything with this. It's supposed to be like a fish hatchery, I think. Like they modeled this whole thing, but then it's like you can't even really go in it without screwing around. Like you have to drive a vehicle up to one of the fences and climb over, basically. Without using something like flight mode. But why have it there if you're not going to do something with it? It's just like the house at the south end, the map. Yeah, so the plan currently, like I said, this is going to go shortly. I have to load all that stuff up and sell it. Since that's done. This farm, or the south farm are going to wind down. And stuff's probably going to be combined at one or the other. I don't really need the oil production anymore. I'm currently not doing anything with the oil. Sunflower oil was going to the soybean thing. But since I'm winding that down, there's really no point to that anymore. Right now it's just all being auto-sold. Yeah, I don't make as much money, but if you look at how much money I have now, I don't care. I don't care. That goes up no matter what at this point. So, yeah, never mess with this property. Yeah, I guess any questions or comments or anything, go ahead and leave them. And yeah, hopefully this wasn't a terribly boring video and you enjoyed the tour of this shenanigans. Like I said, my plan is to wind it down. And I'll probably end up using it mostly as like testing for mods to see if it's something I want to use in another series. Since I have 26 million, almost 27 million dollars to mess with, and just even as I, slow it down a little bit and get rid of some of the productions, there'll still be money coming in. So, yeah, I want to try and make it less work to keep maintaining stuff on this as I go along. And then I can move on to other stuff, maybe other maps. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in another video.